guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. About a month ago, I did a giveaway with Thinking Tree Books for one of their fun schooling journals. And I told you guys I would be doing another giveaway soon, and this is it. So I would like to thank Thinking Tree Books for partnering with me on this giveaway. And I also want to thank my friend CJ from Homeschooling Through High School for helping to coordinate this and set this up. I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description of this video, so go check her out, especially if you are homeschooling high schoolers or will be soon. So in my last video, I asked you guys which fun schooling books you were interested in seeing me flip through. The majority of you wanted to see this one, How to Make Money, this journal, but the multiplication games and the Praying for the World. So this one and this one were a close second and third. They also got a lot of votes. So I'm going to show you guys all three of these in today's video, and stick around so you can learn how to enter to win a fun schooling book of your choice for your homeschool. I talked about fun schooling a bit in my last video. The concept was created by a homeschooling mom who started with a series of dyslexia games for her daughter, and this eventually led to her creating fun schooling books for homeschoolers. There are over 250 of these books for all subject areas, and some families use them as their main curriculum and some use them as a supplement. I'm going to go ahead and start flipping through this book, How to Make Money, Get a Job, or Start a Business. I'm going to flip through the pages and show you what it's like, and then I will show you the Praying for the World and wrap up with the multiplication games. Okay, so we are going to start with How to Make Money, Get a Job, or Start a Business. This is what kind of had the most interest for me to flip through. And I will say, this book turned out to be a lot different than I thought it was going to be when I chose it. When I saw How to Make Money, Get a Job, or Start a Business, I thought it would be kind of more of an entrepreneurial roadmap for kids, kind of walking them through, if they have a business idea, what are the steps you need to go through, what do you need to do to start that business. That's what I was envisioning. It is more so about helping them choose a career that they will love and exploring different types of careers. So that's really what this journal is about. So let me just show you guys how it is laid out. So right at the beginning, it tells them how they're going to use this book. You have leeway to use it however you want to, but they suggest that they pick one or two pictures every day. So there's lots of pictures in here that show different professions. They can color them, and then they're supposed to think about the job that each person is doing and whether or not they can see themselves doing that job. Every page then has all of these 10 questions on it that the kids can use to help them think about and research that job. So what is the profession? What would the world be like if no one did this job? What is a person with this profession expected to accomplish? Could you be good at it? What kind of education do you need? Do you know someone with this job? Rate the job on a scale of 1 to 10. Best and worst thing about this job. So questions to get them thinking about the different professions that are out there, the different possibilities that there are for them in making money, which I think is really important to explore. A lot of times, kids don't know what they want to do. I know I never really had a very clear picture of what I wanted to do. I never did anything like this. So I think that although this is different from what I thought it was going to be, it's a good thing to have kids do. So next page gives them some action steps, making a list of the top 10 jobs that interest them, learning everything they can about those jobs, reading books, watching videos. When you learn everything you can, narrow your list down to 4 occupations that you might pursue, interview people with those jobs, train yourself to become an expert about your 2 favorite occupations, volunteer, and then acquire the education and skills that you need to be best at this. And this actually it gives them space to do this in the very back of the book, okay? So when it has these action steps here, you've got all this in the middle, and then at the very back, this is kind of where they can record all of that stuff. So we'll talk about the goal part in a minute, but you've got your 10 jobs. They can list them out here. They can make a book list, a video list, brainstorm people they want to talk to, and then the next few pages are for each of those 10 professions that they chose, just blank pages there. Then this is where they can narrow it down from there. Once they've researched all 10, it says to choose 2 jobs that require higher education and 2 jobs that they could start doing right away. So there's space to list that out. Spots to interview for those 4 jobs that they selected. And then it says train yourself to become an expert about your 2 favorites. Choose one that requires higher education and one you can start doing now. And then a little spot to brainstorm those. And then you've just got some note sheets for volunteering, thoughts about education, and things like that. So a lot of space to kind of write down, brainstorm, and set goals. All right, so that's in the back. The majority of the book, though, is going to be taking them through seeing lots of different professions and researching about them. So a little goal planning at the beginning, and then we get right into, you're gonna have a page with a picture on it, and then the other side is gonna be all of those thinking questions that the kids can fill out. As I was looking through it, some of the pictures are pretty easy to figure out what the profession is. Some of them seemed a little bit more challenging, but I think most of them are pretty straightforward. So they just need to name the profession. Think about what would the world be like if nobody did this job? What a person with this job would be expected to accomplish. They need to think, could they be good at this job, and why or why not? What are their skill sets that God has blessed them with, or things that they like doing? Would they be good at this job? They might need to research what kind of training, what kind of schooling would somebody with this job need to have? How much money could you make in this profession? How much time does it require? Do you know someone with this job? Rate the job on a scale of 1 to 10. And then the best and worst thing about this job. So I think they're all great thinking questions, and like I said, this is the majority of the book. So I think it's a great concept. You have a lot of flexibility how you'd want to incorporate it into your homeschool. Something, obviously it's not a complete curriculum, but it's a great supplement. You could use it over the summer just to get kids thinking about all the different things that people do and the different careers. So that's probably about halfway through all of these different options, and this is what the rest of the book is like. So different than what I had thought, but still a really valuable resource, I think. All right, next up, let's take a look at this one right here, Praying for the World, a fun schooling guide to social studies, geography, and Christian missions. All right, so right at the beginning, talks about how to use this book. They're gonna learn about 35 countries in the world specifically so that they'll be able to pray for the people there more effectively. As with many of the books, you will be supplementing with books and internet sites so that you can research the countries and look up the spiritual or physical needs of each country. There will be mapping activities, so they'll learn the location of each country, and you'll have the opportunity to get to know some real-life missionaries who are currently serving around the world. Gives you a list of materials to complete the course and then some recommended resources that you can use to supplement this. Okay, so we start off with our first country. They've got a map here. All right, for each country, they're going to have your kids color the flag, write down the language that's spoken, the continent, and the population. It's going to encourage them to watch a video or read a book to learn more about this country and write down one unique thing that they learned. They will research the major religions present in the country and then the percentage of the population that it represents. Researching the main challenges of living in the country, what prayer needs do the people have, What about this country can you praise God for? And then on the next page, it invites them to use Google Earth to explore the country, find the capital city, and take a walk around. And then they've got space where they can draw a picture of something interesting that they find below and list out what the capital is. Space to draw or write about the culture, so unique food, clothing, music that represents the country. What's the climate like? So they're using books, internet resources to learn about the climate. And then on this page, they have a space to write a prayer for the people who live there. So I think this is a really great template to use to research a lot of interesting things and record information about these different countries. So for each country, you're going to see basically the same types of things. So they'll get into a good routine of, looking these up and finding these statistics for each country. And I love that they've got a little coloring page there for the different countries that they're going to be studying. The pictures are really nice to color. Okay, now after some of these, they do have this page in here where it's meeting a missionary. So it says, contact a missionary who is currently serving in one of the countries you just studied. Write down 3 questions you will ask and their answers below. And then to make sure to pray for the missionary and the needs they mentioned when the conversation is over. So this might be challenging. Maybe there are some resources at your local church or a pastor that you can speak with that could put you in touch with some different missionaries. But it's a neat thing to be able to do if you're able to figure this out. So they'll have this in here every few pages. And then also, did I just go through 5? I think it's maybe every 5 countries or so. They've got the map here. And so then it says, locate the 5 countries you just studied on this map, outline and label them with a different color. So there are mapping exercises where they're having to do some geography and find those countries on the map and label them and color them. So I think that's really great. This is just a good supplement to a curriculum if you're studying about different countries or cultures. A lot of great things kids will learn going through this. So that's basically it. Same thing on each of the pages, and it's going in alphabetical order. I was looking to see, they do have a list at the very beginning of all of the different countries that are included in here. I think I showed this but didn't talk about it. So in case you're curious, these are all of the different countries. And then at the very back, let's take a look at that. Choose your own country. See what that looks like on page 196. So they can just pick a country of their choice, write the name, draw a picture of it, and then they've got the same questions. But it's kind of, if there's something that they're interested in, a place they're interested in that was not covered, then they get to choose their own and research that country for a few of the days. And let's see. Okay, last thing in this book, you've got missionary biographies. So here's where they can read or watch a biography of a missionary and write what they learned below. So this would be great for some of like the YWAM books. We've been reading some of those about different missionaries. So they can record information here about the missionaries that they are reading about or watching a movie about. So this is a great book. I'm sure probably a lot of you can figure out some way you might want to incorporate this into your homeschooling. And then finally, last but not least, let's talk about this multiplication games book. This was an interest of a lot of you guys. I know learning multiplication facts is always a hot topic. This is a pretty simple book. I think it's just a lot of repetition and some different puzzles and things that can make it a little bit more interesting to practice your multiplication facts. Would definitely be a good supplement if you have kids that are working on this and maybe the flashcards are just getting kind of boring. You want something different. So it says for this, they will need a pencil, eraser, colored pencils, and a smooth black pen. So there are different puzzles. You can use 1 or more pages each day. And let's see, additional art games and activities are found on many pages to keep the creative area of the mind engaged in the mathematical process. The brain needs time to rest and process learning, so take time for the coloring and games. Definitely important. And then you're gonna see as I flip through here, the multiplication table repeats every other day to help the child with memory problems so they can master the multiplication table. So you're gonna see, my daughter started this already, but they're gonna have the same exact multiplication table in here every couple of pages where they just fill it out and practice those facts, get used to seeing those same numbers again and again, okay? So, like I said, pretty simple. They'll complete the table and then there's some kind of puzzle that they can color, they can solve just to get a different part of their brain working. And they said, you know, a multiplication table every other day. So I'm guessing that, you know, ideally you might do 1 page a day. So one day they would fill out the multiplication table, one day they would do a puzzle. And obviously you could use it however you want to. You could have them do the multiplication table and do a puzzle on one day. But I think this is a great supplement to any math curriculum, especially if your kids, like I said, are learning their multiplication tables. You know, my daughter who loves art loves this type of thing. As you saw the colored multiplication table, she loved filling that out just because she got to use all the different colors on it and make it look pretty. So you can let them be creative with this. They've got some logic in here, lots of different types of puzzles to get them thinking mathematically and to just have more fun with it, just a break from probably, you know, the typical math curriculum. So definitely recommend this. We're going to be using this. I'll be using it with at least one of my daughters. I'm not sure if I'll get another copy or not. I think just one of my girls could use a little bit extra help with this right now, and I think she'll really enjoy this. So this is pretty much what the book is like. Multiplication table, and then a puzzle as you flip through. So if you can see your child loving this, needing to work on some multiplication facts, even if you're just early getting started in the process of teaching those facts, this could be something to have on hand, or even for summer work. A lot of these fun schooling books, I think they're great to use over the summer because, you know, we use other curriculum throughout the year. I'm not a fun schooler by design. I'm definitely more of a traditional type homeschooling mom. So I have trouble sometimes just completely breaking away from our traditional style of curriculum that works so well for us, but I do like to do fun things like this when we can fit it in, especially if it's going to be helpful to my kids. Okay, so I hope that this gives you a little bit of an idea of what the fun schooling books are like and if they would be a good fit for your homeschool. I encourage you to check out their website because they really have so many neat options that you can use to tailor your teaching to what your kids are interested in. Now for the giveaway details. A big thank you again to Thinking Tree Books for offering this giveaway. They are giving you a chance to win any book of your choice. Entering is simple. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, like this video, and follow Fun Schooling with Thinking Tree Books on either Facebook or YouTube. I will leave those links in the description below. Then make sure you leave a comment on this video and let me know which book you would like to win. I will announce the winner of this giveaway in a video on Christmas Eve along with the winner of my birthday giveaway. So if you enter, make sure that you open up YouTube and check for that video because you will need to email me to claim your prize. If you are not a US resident, you can still enter, but you will receive a PDF copy of a fun schooling book rather than a physical copy. Thank you so much for watching this video and learning a little bit more about these fun schooling books. I can't wait to see who wins the giveaway, so get those entries in today and I will see you soon.